Hey YouTube, Smoking Uncle Frank here. I know you can't see me, but I'm doing the power pin. I didn't think I was going to be doing this for you today because, well, this little guy here, this is a screw. You can see that there. This is a screw. I'll get it in focus here for you. This is a screw here that comes out also. When you take the power pin out, you got to remove this little Allen wrench key. And I couldn't find a damn Allen wrench key to save my soul to get that screw out. I tested the pin out last night, and what I did was I just left the screw in and put the pin around it, but you know it didn't work very well. For one thing, I'll tell you what: do not use HP68 in your FSC because it jammed on me badly. I had to take the whole thing apart again last night, late in the evening. Some bitch was jammed and I just couldn't go to sleep with it like that. So anyway, I got it apart. I know I probably would have been nice if I could have taken it apart for you, but I didn't. But I got all my parts in my parts bin here. Those are all those little screws and niblets and the spring and everything that goes on there. I'm gonna try to show you how to put it back together here now. I don't know how this is gonna work, but because I don't have a lot of it's kind of hard with this camera to get a good view for you, so I'm gonna do my best anyway. And I got all my parts boxes out. I don't know if you can see all that, but that's one of them. That's my Tipex. That's my Tiberius box there, and then over there I got another big box that's got all my Allen wrenches and my other stuff for my Tipex. So, oh, anyway, here we go. All right, we're gonna set that down there for a second, and I want to get the new stuff out now. Some of the new stuff, if I can find where I put the damn things, because I had them last night, and I know I put them in a drawer here somewhere. There they are. Here we go. That's one of them, anyways. That's the old pin that came out, the big long one. As you can see, I'll show you. This is the pin that goes in, the steel pin. As you can see, it's a lot shorter. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that when I shot it, it fired. I got it to fire. I just used round balls, and when I got it to fire, it was firing well under 3. It was 2 something, 230. Just, you know, he says to use a longer barrel. Well, I really, the whole idea of self-defense is not to have this long-ass barrel sticking way out, because I don't like that. I want something that's more stealthy. I got my steel pins here. I got 3 of them, so, and I finally found an Allen wrench that fit the damn thing, so, of course, they probably won't fit this one, because I noticed one thing, that the Allen wrenches seem to be different. I don't know, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, so you probably can't see it very well, but and I can't zoom in any more than that, but there's a little Allen wrench hole right there where it fits in like that. Okay, and that is the right one. Okay, that fits nicely. So, the idea is to make sure this stuff is all nice and clean, because Loctite don't like to stick. And I'm using this here, Loctite 680, so this is a medium strength. I asked my boss, I borrowed some from him, because he uses it at work on watches sometimes. Sometimes you need a little help getting things to stay in place. Make sure things are locked down. Now, where did I put my little eye loop at? Because I need that. I had it here. Now I set it down somewhere like an idiot. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta get something here. I need some type of magnification to do what I'm doing. Cause I'm an old fuck and I can't see where the damn. Oh, there it is. Okay, got my eye loop. All right. You're not gonna see this because I can't get my head underneath there and everything to do this. So I just wanna see that everything is cleaned inside nicely so that the Loctite locks down. Basically, this is supposed to thread into here like this, and then you want to get it to bottom out like that, so it looks like that. Okay, and then in the bolt down inside the chamber here, there's a hole. You see the hole? I got to thread it into that hole. So we're going to put a big dose of Loctite in there, and I got my Allen wrench, and I should let this stuff dry really good because I don't want to have anything, well, I don't have any problems. So before I do that though, because this is my old trick, my old tried and true trick, and there's to get the grease out of the inside in case there's any lubricant, but good old Zippo, naphtha cut through grease. We use that at the shop a lot for cleaning, quick cleaning on parts. That's lighter fluid, but lighter fluid is the same thing. It's basically naphtha. Okay, so let me get a little something to dump that in, squirt it in, a little tin here or something. You know what? I don't have one there. So I got all my parts here, my parts bin, but I'm going to sacrifice the parts bin for a minute here. This is the old screw there. I don't want that one in there. That's the bolt. This is really, really easy to take apart this gun though. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of screws or anything to take that apart. So I got my my tin here. I'm just going to use this here, and I'm going to squirt a little bit of lighter fluid on it, and I'm going to dry it off real good. I think I got a blow over there somewhere, so just going to squirt that in there like that there, let it kind of swish around a little bit, let it cut what might be in there. Might as well stick this guy in there too. Might as well stick the screw in there that I'm going to use, make sure everything's all good and cleaned up. Alright, it's been saturated good. Now, if I can find where I put it, I think I got it on my bench over here, my kitchen table. Yep. Little blower, rubber blower, because naphtha dries super fast. So we're just gonna blow it dry, blow it dry. It'll dry quick for you with naphtha. Naphtha just dries really fast when you hit it with air. Make sure it's good and dry, inside and out. You're not seeing me, but I'm holding the tip of the thing right up to that hole where the screw goes in, so I get a lot of air in there. And there's nothing wrong with overdoing it with this, because you know what? More is always better, because that's at least my opinion when it comes to making sure things are dry. You're not going to damage anything because it's just air. Alright, that's dried. Now I got a nice clean towel to set it on down there. Now I got the screw. It's going to dry the screw up real good. had canned air, I'd use it, but I don't. And air is air, it doesn't matter. Just want to get all that lighter fluid or naphtha out of there. Make sure it's good and dry. That's my method. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my method for cleaning parts. That's how I do that. Alright, get that over there so I can make sure I don't light a match, because that couldn't be a good thing at all. So, here we go. Now we're going to do is we're going to get a good healthy amount of naphtha down in that little screw hole there. There, I don't know if I'm going to try to let you see it. I don't know how good I'm going to do because I'm doing it on camera and this is kind of awkward. Alright, I got some down in there now. I'm just going to work it around down in there with my wrench. Make sure it's down inside the hole real good. Like that, kind of stir it around in there, make sure it's down and around the threads and everything. Okay, now we'll take the screw, find the right end, goes in like this, shred it in, get it started. See that? Yeah, my hands are in the way, I know. Throwing it, spreading it down really good. Spreading it down really good. Have to clean some laundry today because that towel is fucked. Picked the wrong one. Alright, now just gonna kind of make sure it's tight in there, good. Grab my screwdriver here and stick it in the end. You need a flathead screwdriver too, by the way, guys. So I'm just snugging it up, making sure it's, there we go. Okay, now it's good and snug on there now. Good and snug on there. So now the fun part, because I got to put some more Loctite around those threads there so that I can thread it into the inside of the bolt there, where it down that little hole I told you about. So, and to be extra super anal, I'm going to clean this bolt real good. So I'm going to squirt some lighter fluid on it too. There's no washers. Don't get it on washers. Whatever you do, that might not be good. I'm not sure what naphtha does on rubber, but I'm not chancing it. So I'm just going to squirt some down inside there and roll it around in the rest of this stuff here. Just kind of let it get it good and get it all kind of. I'll just do this here. I'll just squirt a little more on top like that there. I'll make sure it's good and clean. Make sure there's nothing to worry about that's going to get inside there. So I'll be right. 1 second, I forgot something. I need a paper towel because I got to dry the inside of that thing out good. So, here we go. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this video for you. There's going to be a part 2. Part 2 is going to be me testing the gun because, I mean, well, if I'm going to do all this, you got at least, I'd be amiss if I didn't show you how the thing worked afterwards. I'm kind of thinking, you know, I was getting higher FPSs with the regular pin. So, and I've got another bolt. I've got a backup bolt, a spare bolt over there, which is stock. So I might switch out later on and just put the old one. They're like, those things are like $70 though. I mean, Jesus, I'd like to get another 1 or 2 of them. because I like to keep spares of this kind of stuff around, because I'm an old Boy Scout. I like to be prepared. Excuse me. I think I'm catching a cold. Not COVID. Don't worry about that. I don't even go around people with anything. I mean, I'm wearing a mask all day at work, and yeah, I don't. So just gonna dry that out real good in there. And I'm going to try to get some beads and Loctite up around them threads in there once I get things good and cleaned. Make sure everything's good and cleaned and oil free. Then I can re-oil it then afterwards. I got plenty of grease. So that's good and clean. Okay. Now when you buy this stuff from Daniel, you're going to have to supply your own washers and everything, because this is the steel bolt that he gave me, that he sold me with it. Okay, or rather not bolt, but chamber. This is the air chamber. This is where you put your mill sag heat coil ring. You can see it down in there. I got that in there. And I got my bumper on there. I had to use my bumper off my other one, because I couldn't find another bumper. And you'd think with all the damn O-rings I got and all the stuff I got, I'd have that, but I didn't. But I had all the other O-rings for the chamber, so I put them in. And I put a brand new mill sag heat core O-ring in there, and yeah, so that's ready to go. Now we're going to do this here, and I'm not going to do this on camera because I got to see what I'm doing. Sorry guys, but I got to get that right down in that little hole there, right there. I got to get some right in there, and I can't see it on the camera, so I want to make sure I get a good healthy dose around in there. So when I put the screws to it, and I'm just going to make sure that it's around the threads in there. Okay, that's in there good. And just to be on the anal side, going to put a little bit on the threads of the actual item that I'm using. So I'm just going to just lightly coat the outside inner thread and get it in the threads there. Alright, got it good. Alright. Now the tricky part is to drop this down in there, because you can't set it in. You got to kind of drop it in, and then you got to feel it around in there, get it in place. Which is not easy. Not that easy. If you could only grab it with something, but you can't. You can't, and I don't have skinny enough fingers to reach down in there, so oh, this is going to be a horror. This is not one at all. Can I? Boy, if it was only magnetizable. Can I? I don't think I can. I'm trying to guide it up in there. Get it into the threads. Just get a couple of threads in. Do I have it? I think I do. Not easy, because you need a big flathead screwdriver to turn it in. Well, I'm getting it turned in now. Alright, I got it. Hallelujah. Got it in. Now just to make sure that I got it in good, I'm going to wrap a towel around it, If I can find one here, a clean one, I didn't blow my snotty nose on. That's not it. That's not the one. That's this one. The one I was using for the lighter fluid. I want to grab it with a towel and try to grab it with some type of pliers or something. I don't know. Something I can hit here. Alright, fine. Well, that Loctite should do the job, though. I'm just going to hand tighten it and hope that that locks it down in there. I know I got a pair. You want to be careful with this because it's aluminum. You don't want to. You really don't want to put any kind of metal on metal there with it. So let's see what my outcome is here. Looks like it's down in there good. Oh, because I'm anal. Put a little bit right on the top there, like that there. Beat it down in there. Yeah, that's good. That should do it. So, almost there. Let me set this down because I can't not do it. So, back to the tools in the back. Got to get something in. Okay. How about that, guys? So I'm going to wrap a good amount of paper towel around this here. This is the actual bolt, and the bolt part of it, I wish he made one, but he doesn't. He wish he made a bolt that was made out of steel as well. It's just the chamber that's steel. If he ever does, I'm probably going to buy it. So, get my channel locks in the right place so it grabs. Just like that. So I can turn it tight. You don't rip into it or anything. Just snug it up. Make sure it's snugged. Oh, see, I'm not putting a lot of force on it. Just enough to make sure it's good and snug. So it's good and snug. Alright. So we got that done. Now the assembly. So now's the fun part. So, well, more fun. Okay, so I got plenty of these extra steel pins, so I don't have to worry about them. And just to be on the safe side, because I'm good at misplacing shit. I never lose things, but boy, I set things in some crazy ass places and then I can't find them. I set my loop down, my other loop, I've got two of these eye loops. I set it down earlier somewhere around here, and it's black and it blends in with it because everything I got in the damn house is black. I can't find the damn thing now, but I got two of them. And I got an optivisor besides that I use for that. So, some little flip down things that you wear on your head. And I'll make sure that these screws are wrapped up in a baggie and put them in the box so I know where they're at. Oh, and when you're firing your heavy rounds out of your FSC, I'll put a link in the description. These here are the best damn these are not the ones that come with the gun. The ones that come with the gun are too damn weak. These got a nice, they're nice and stiff. These are 3D printed by a guy, I believe it's Daniel Sterling that makes them. You can get them on eBay off him. He's got them on his eBay. He doesn't have everything on his eBay, but he's got those on his eBay. So you get them there, and you don't have to mess around with anything. So, and I like to use for my grease on the outside, even though he sends you grease, but I like to use this stuff here, Ultra Slick. I bought this because PSI Defense recommended it one day, and I tried it and was like, oh, stuff is good. It's really good. You gotta shake it up though, because it's kind of thin, a little bit thin, but it works well. At least it does for me anyways. I don't know. It's my opinion. So a little bit goes a long way. You just get a little bit on your finger or on a Q-tip or something. I just put a little bit on my finger like that there, because I'm just going to smear it around on everything. I'm going to smear it all around this here thing here. I'm going to make sure it's well lubed, because I had it out and I wiped it down and everything. So get it around there, get it all around there, get it all around everything, all around all the O-rings and everything. A little bit goes a long way, so, you know, some of it's going to stick to your fingers, but that's okay. You don't really want more than a thin coat, a fine coating of it. So I got a good fine coating on there now. Now I'm just gonna get a bolt. Goes in. Alright, so, and because I want to make sure, I know he says a little bit goes a long way, but I'm gonna put a little bit on the inside of there too, just a thin layer in there. And in the meantime, I'm also getting the outside of it real good and lubed up. Everything's all nice and lubed up, including me. I'll probably never get dry skin again. And we're done. We got the bolt together. Okay, so let me set this down and wipe my hands off, because I don't want all this shit all over my hands. Well, I'm trying to put it all together here. So, pretty simple. You got your basically your barrel shroud here, okay, in the back. Don't make the mistake of sticking it in the front. Don't stick it in the front end there where the sight is, because you'll have. I did that with my Tiberius when I was doing that by mistake, and I fucked up one of my O-rings, and luckily I was able to find something to work. You just push it down like that. I don't push it in all the way. I just push it in flush, because when I put the cap on, there's the cap. When I slip the cap on, which is well lubed because I've been handling all this stuff, so when I put the cap on, the cap's going to push it down just to the right level. So just going to screw it on like that by hand. And once I get it a couple threads in there, then I'll turn it. Turn it down, snug it up. You don't have to crank on it, just snug it up. Okay. On there good now. Now, number one. Whatever you do, you see that bolt? It's all the way back. Get if you got long fingernails, whatever, but get something in there and push it right there forward, because if you don't have it like that, you see how I got it there, your gun is not going to fire. You got to do that. All right, and while I'm at it, I'm just going to wipe all this down really good, because I've been handling it. I'm wipe off excess grease and oil and stuff. So got all that done. I can close up the Ultra Silk, because I don't need any more of that. I got everything where I wanted it. Okay. Close up the Ultra Silk, because I don't want to spill the shit, because it's not cheap. not terribly expensive either, but it's just still, you got to go online and you got to get it. And excuse me, runny nose. Should have seen me last night when I was doing. I couldn't stop sneezing. I kept sneezing, and I was sneezing, and this, oh my God, it was just leaking out everywhere and driving me insane. Okay, here's your regulator. All right, I went over my regulator. Now I'm just gonna check a couple other things here. Gonna make sure that all these are snug. All the screws around here are snugged up. Just snug. Just make sure. Just checking them, make sure there's no play in them or anything. Okay? And you check your O-rings. You got your O-rings back here. They all look fine, but I'm gonna loop them just to make sure. Yeah, they're all good. Okay, they're all good. So I'm just gonna take a paper towel here and wipe that down a little bit there on the top, because stuff leaks around there and doesn't need to be there. Just needs to be on the metal parts, and I've got a good amount of I use gumdrops for that. I use gumdrops on the inside of the actually on the inside of here on all the working parts there. So some of you might not agree with me, but that's my way, and it works. Okay, so now all we do is stick this back on here. Oh, also this thing here, I found out from watching other videos. I mean, I haven't had a problem, but I checked it anyways. Okay, and it sits right on there like that. You'll know when you got it, because it'll just fall into place. It'll be nice and straight and even and everything on there. See that? Okay. I found out that that's the part that goes into the CO2, the plug. It takes up the air. That it can get loose from vibrations. When you're shooting high FPSs, you can get vibrations and things can come loose. So I found out that. Now where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Screw with the washer. Screw with the washer. When you take it apart, you'll see it's the one and only screw that goes right in, right there, where my finger is, right there. Okay, right next to the valve there. Okay. Find the right Allen wrench to fit it. I got lucky. I found the right one first time around. Turn it down. Turn it down. Snug it up. When you're putting screws in, if you're afraid of cross-dressing, kind of back up on them, go reverse and then forward. Make sure that the screws lock in, but I haven't had that too much problem with these. These are really well-made screws. Snug it up. Okay, we're snugged up. We got all that together now. Now, last thing you want to do is your trigger. You want to bring it forward a little bit so you can get this right in there in that hole, okay? And when you take it apart, you're going to see a little teeny washer like that goes on the end of it. Try not to get grease on it, because it doesn't need to be greased. It really doesn't need to be greased. It's just there to hold that that arm there from coming out. And they're a pain in the ass sometimes to get on, because they're so small. You just kind of got to push them on. So what I did last night, though, because I accidentally left one out. One fell out actually on me. So where is it? I got another one here. Ah, here it is. Okay, so out of my toolbox I grabbed a second one, because it doesn't seem to matter, so I'm putting two on. I'm doubling up. They'll fit. You can fit two on there nicely. I'll see if you can see that, but You see them there? They both fit on there nicely. I could probably actually fit another one on there if I wanted to, but I figured two's going to make sure that arm there, right there, that arm is going to stay in place. Not going to come off. It ain't going nowhere. Once I get it together, it'll be fine. Alright, so you checked all your screws. Make sure all your screws are snug. Anywhere there's a screw, make sure it's snugged up. I did that prior. But, just for the hell of it, I'm going to check again. I'm pretty sure I got this one here. Not that wrench. Yeah, it's snug. I know that one's snug. Any other screws around here? Nothing else around here? Nope, everything's all... I don't think there's any screws in there. Let's see. Around this plate here. Yeah, there are. There's some little screws in there, so I'm just going to check them. I can find one that'll fit in there. Okay. All these little screws around that go around there, I'm checking to make sure that they're snug. This one was had a little bit of play in it, so you don't have to crank them. Just make sure they're snug. I know I keep repeating that, but I want to make sure you get the point. Alright, it's all snugged up. You'll know when you get it together, when you put it together and you air it up and it makes that real clean snap forward sound, you'll know you did it right. It's kind of a telltale. At least for me it is. Okay, then all you do is guide it in there. Guide it in. Right there like that. And it just snaps right into place, no problem. You got two small screws that go right in here. Let's see if I can show you. Right there. One little screw there. It's a little shorty screw. Goes right in there. There's another one for the other side, so I'm going to tighten them up. This is going to be a long video, I think. Turning into one. That's why I'm not going to do any shooting on this one. I'm just going to do this. Okay. You'd think that little screws still drive me nuts when I'm putting them in. And I work with much smaller screws when it comes to watch repair. Some of that stuff is like little grains of sand. Literally. I mean literally. If you saw some little screws I've dealt with to put in watches, that's why you won't see me do a video on it, because I can't figure out a way to get that close up and be able to show you all that, magnify everything for you but they're teeny weeny. They're like a speck of sand. Some of them. Not all of them, but some of them are. Once you get a thread or two in, you're okay. It's just getting that first. Snug it up again. Alright, it's good and snug. Now you got another one that goes in the back. That's a longer one. Longer screw. That goes back here in the back of the gun. Right behind the handle or the grip. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it is. Right there. Right there. Right in there. You'll know, because there's only a few screw holes there, so you'll be able to figure it out. And then turn it. Make sure it's free, that's all. Just make sure that it's smoothly going in. If it feels like it's grabbing anywhere, then you know you're cross-threading, and then you need to back up and kind of get it in place. Snug it up. Okay. Now I bought, normally it wouldn't use this long of a screw in the front, but I bought this from Cymrutec, which has got a little Picatinny rail on it, so it allows me to put a flashlight or a laser sight or whatever on there. So I use this, and with the setup, it gives you a longer screw because the little shorty screw that goes in there normally won't fit. Alright, yeah, it's on now. Now that gives me a little more, that gives me some kind of Picatinny rail, because yeah, that little rail that comes out of the gun, forget it. It's worthless. It's good for holding this thing on, but it's no good for holding anything else on. I tried, and it just drove me nuts. So I just use this guy. I like it. He 3D prints them. If I remember, I'll put a link down below where you can get these things. He also sells the he sells the 12-gram conversion kits for your magazines. You gotta have your own magazine to swap the parts around in that, because he just sells the shells. I wish he sold them complete, but he doesn't. So if you get one, you gotta take your old 8-gram magazine out and swap all the parts out of it into the shell, and then you got a 12-gram magazine. So, because I don't like 8 grams. I'm just about towards the end of my 8-gram magazines, and when they're gone, they're gone. I did find out though the HP 68 works as a good spacer to keep the so you can use up your 8-gram magazines while you still have your 12-gram mag. So that was a win for me. Make sure this is snugged. Alright, snugged up. Okay. Then you got your spring. Drop it in. Just drop it in the end of the barrel. And your barrel. This is my Lapco barrel. This is my my Freak barrel. This is the one I wasn't getting very, because it's not terribly long. I wish I had I looked for a 9-inch one. I'd like to get a 9-inch barrel. I don't want no big 14, 20-inch, whatever the hell, long-ass barrels, because, oh, yeah, don't forget. These things here, the one thing about these little, they work great because they hold the balls back when you get heavier rounds. You know, make sure that they're going in the right way. Make sure they go in like that, so that if you put them in backwards, you're just going to tear them up when you shoot a ball through there. So I'm pretty sure you guys can figure that out. These are loose fitting though, so you gotta once you get it in the gun, they'll stay, because the walls of the breech where the gun is, it will hold them in place. But they like to fall out when you take them out of the gun, but they work fantastically. Okay, get that in there. There, and there's this good, yeah, there's a good, if you can see it, and you can see them too. Yeah, do you see them down there? Little white specks on the side. You can see everything's lined up, and they'll stay in place once you get the barrel in. That's it, guys. Other than this is the 12-gram magazine that I got from Cymrutec. Like I said, it's 3D printed, but he does a pretty good job, and you get an extra round by using it. So and that's what it looks like in the gun. There's the gun, the full gun, with everything all together. So that's all we're gonna do for now, guys, because I don't want to make this video any longer. Of course, I got my my little suppressor that goes on there, and I like this one because You just kind of got to get it in place, and you shove it, and you push that piece forward, and it clicks in. You gotta use that little shroud thing that's on the tip of the gun though for this one. You can't use any one. You gotta use the one that comes with the barrel, and it just pops right in. Or rather, it comes with the suppressor, and it screws into the barrel. So that's the gun. Now it's all together right there. Can't get a good shot of it, but let's see if I can zoom out a little bit for you so you can get a better view. There it is. Okay. That's it, guys. Talk to you later. Have a great day, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Give me your comments. I want to hear what you think. Bye-bye, guys.